Just got back from the gym, hit a late workout. My arms have been hurting this entire week. I've been unable to progressive overload. I've been unable to make progress. And it got me thinking, how do you stay motivated when you're putting all this work in and you don't see any results? How do you stay on course when you're putting in so much time, so much effort, and so much sacrifice, and yet the result that you seek doesn't materialize in front of you? It's like you're running on a treadmill. How do you get to that point where you're no longer concerned, you're no longer worried? How do you just keep that motivation going when you've been wanting this thing for so long? When you've been wanting those abs for so long, when you've been wanting to lose that body fat for so long, and you're working on it every single day, bro, and you're not seeing the results yet. When you've quit all those bad habits, right? You've quit the porn, you've quit the alcohol, you've gotten off the drugs or the weed, and yet it doesn't seem like your life is really changing that much. So you start to have these doubts. Is it actually worth the sacrifice? Because at least when I was living a life of not really being on a personal development journey as a man, trying to become the greatest version of myself, at least then I was comfortable. At least then I wasn't worried and I wasn't burdened with the vision of my higher self and not being able to attain it. So how do we break out of this prison, this feeling of not being able to get where we want to go fast enough? I've struggled with this my entire life, bro. When I first start getting back into the gym, I started to take my fitness seriously, my personal development seriously. I wasn't seeing any results. I was trying to figure out what to do. I was so confused. There was so much information, and I just wasn't seeing the results I wanted to see. And so I had to adopt this mindset that I'm about to share with you so that I could persevere and keep going. And once you adopt this mindset, this is what allows you to just destroy all competition, to destroy that negative side of yourself that's always trying to talk you out of doing the thing that you know you should do, bro. This is how you destroy that side of yourself, that shadow side that wants you to go back to that old life where you can just sit there playing video games all day, jacking off to porn, drinking alcohol, and living a life of degeneracy, living a life of just no purpose, and just basically working backwards, right? Working backwards. The mindset is this. In order for you to get the result you seek, in order for you to get those abs, in order for you to have your life changed, you must focus in on the process. You must get your fulfillment and you must get the reward from the process. You cannot focus on the external world. You can't control the external world, bro. You cannot control what other people do. You can't control anything that anyone else does. You cannot control whether someone's going to decide to work with you, whether you're going to get hired at this job or not. You can only control yourself in your own internal state. That is the only thing that you can control. And so the problem is we're always focused on these external results. You want the abs, right? You want the veins to be popping. You want to lose the fat. You want to get rid of these bad habits so that suddenly you're just going to be so productive. The problem is, man, you will never be able to achieve these things unless you detach from the outcome. If you're so obsessed with the outcome every single day, you are not focusing in on the work that needs to be done. This is not just some easy journey where you're just going to do a few workouts and next thing you know, you're freaking jacked. It's not going to happen like that, bro. I've put in over 500 workouts. Do you understand? 500 workouts. Does that mean that you need to do 500 workouts to get the result you seek? No. But it shows my commitment and it shows the mindset of being committed to the process for life. I don't look at this. I don't look at this game as some short-term thing for me to get abs, for me to get this and to, have a successful business and all this stuff in a short-term context. You know what I mean? I'm not looking at it that way. So you have to change your mindset. Change your mindset from being so focused and concerned about that outcome that you seek. And instead, focus on the actual daily habits that will lead you there, bro. Get your fulfillment, get your feeling of success from those daily habits. Because if you're so focused on the outcome, number one, you probably aren't going to get it because you're not going to be willing to stick with the work long enough to get it. You're not going to be willing to track your calories and actually hit your macros. You're not going to be willing to train progressive overload. You're not going to be willing to stay away from all those bad habits you know you should be doing long enough to actually experience the result. It's not going to happen. If you somehow manage to do that because you just happen to be an exception to the rule and you do see these people in society, but they're very rare. If you manage to do that, you will understand that that's still not going to bring you happiness. It's still not going to bring you happiness because what you're actually seeking is not an external result. It is an internal state of fulfillment. That's what you are seeking. And for the longest time, I didn't understand this. I didn't understand it. I thought that I would be happy when I achieved X goal. But I realized when I did actually get ripped and I did cut down and I did burn all that fat away, it wasn't even the fact that I just looked amazing in the mirror and I was proud of what I had done. That wasn't really it. What it really was that I had discovered a way to grow and to elevate myself to a new level. That's why I'm always talking about ascending to a new level, because that's what it allowed me to do. Ascend to a new tier in terms of my consciousness, because of the process, the daily process and the daily habits that I had to build to get that six pack, to get those abs, and that discipline I had to create. That is what gave me the true fulfillment. It was the journey. The journey is always going to be where you want to keep your focus, bro. It's never going to be on that end thing. Yes, you can glance at it from time to time. Yeah, I glance at, someday becoming a millionaire, and having a huge successful business that helps a lot of people. I glance at the vision of me, living, in a place that's got amazing views and, being able to get out of my small city and being able to travel the world and all this kind of stuff. I glance at having an elite level physique beyond where I am now. I glance at those things because it's important to know where you're headed, right? You need that North Star, that vision. But the most important thing is your daily habits, because the daily habits is what's going to bring you there. So stop worrying about being fucking motivated. Everyone's so obsessed with fucking motivation, it makes me sick. I don't feel motivated to wake up at 4 a.m., bro, but I do it every day. I did it this morning. I got up at 4 a.m. It's not about the motivation. It's not about motivation. It's not about feeling happy. It's about creating discipline and habits in your life that will take you to where you want to go, and just doing it, bro. Just doing it. I didn't feel like going to the gym today. As I said on my Instagram, I was arm wrestling all weekend. I was arm wrestling with my friends, and I drove down to meet them, right? And we did some arm wrestling down there. Then I came back up here to where I live, up in the mountains, and it was Father's Day, so I went over and my uncle was there and we arm wrestled. The next day, I'm feeling, my tendons and right here in your elbows, like where the joint is, and it's like super, like it's sore. So I do leg day. That goes fine. Leg day is okay. But then the next day, I go in to try to do my push day. I can't do a fucking thing. I get home, my arms are freaking like swollen up. They're hurting. They're just inflamed. And the reality was, I had to take a break, right? I had to take a break. I had to pull back because my body was trying to give me a sign. It was trying to tell me, hey, bro, slow the fuck down. You've been going way too crazy lately. Way too crazy. You need to deload. But does that mean that I just gave up my habits? No, I still went to the gym today. I just literally lifted like 10-pound weights. Like if you saw me in there, you'd be like, bro, what is this guy doing? Like I was literally lifting 10-pound weights because I needed to maintain the discipline of that habit. Right? I needed to maintain that habit. And I didn't want to give up that habit because I know personally, when I stop doing something and I lose that momentum, that's where shit starts going wrong. When I take a week off the gym and I've got all this extra time, that's when the old vices and things start to come back up into my mind. That's when the distractions start to pop up and you start to lose that momentum and drive. So fuck that. I'm not losing my momentum and drive. I'll pull back. I'll scale back the intensity, but I'm not going to stop what I'm doing. There's no freaking way. So the motivation that you seek, the motivation that you need so badly when you aren't seeing the results, what you should be focused on is, instead of needing the motivation and the drive to come from the result, you should get the motivation and the fulfillment from just the simple daily habits, the simple daily wins. If you go to the gym and you lift more than you did last time, or you have better form, you progressive overloaded. If that day you hit your macros for whatever your goal might be, whether that is getting ripped and cutting down, or you're in a phase where you need to bulk up a bit, so you're increasing your calories, it doesn't matter. Whatever your habits were for that day that you set for yourself that are in alignment with your goals, that is where you focus on getting the fulfillment. That is where you focus on feeling like a success. That's all that matters, bro. And when you adopt this mindset of determining your success from each day and every day that you do those habits, two things happen. Number one, you stop feeling like you're behind. You stop feeling like, oh, when am I going to get this thing? When am I going to get it? It's taking too long. That's the first thing that's going to happen. The second thing that's going to happen is you will actually get there quicker because you are practicing the law of detachment. You are detaching from the outcome that you seek, and you are focusing solely on the habits that are going to bring you there. So you will be more engaged in those daily habits. You'll track your macros better. You'll work out harder. And you'll feel a sense of fulfillment and happiness from just doing those simple daily habits. And eventually, day after day after day, they stack so much. And there's so many of those days stacked up. You've got 400, you got 100 workouts, 200 workouts. You've been tracking your macros and you've been in a calorie deficit. You know, you're just going insane. You're hitting your protein. Next thing you know, you're ripped. That result that you were seeking appears because you have essentially taken your focus off of that endpoint in that result, and you've instead put it in the now. You're present. You're focusing on those daily habits, bro. I'm telling you, man, this is what it is. This is what it's all about. I do not try to focus too much on my business goals. I do not try to focus too much on my fitness goals. I glance at them here and there, but then I put all of my focus in on those daily habits that are going to lead me to success. And the result that you seek, here's the thing. When you get that result, if you're still in the mindset of the result and that external thing out here being the most important thing instead of the daily process and the habits that bring you there, you will get that result and you will actually feel possibly more unhappy and less fulfilled than you did before you even had it, which is insane to think about. But this is why people get rich and they're still depressed. This is why people will get in shape, but they still have mental health issues because they're so focused on getting that end result that they forgot. You know what actually matters? That you show up every fucking day. That's what matters, bro. It's not about the result. Yes, the result will come if you focus in on those daily habits, but that's not about that. So stop seeking motivation for the end result and for the things you need to do every day. Adopt these daily habits and tell yourself, I am going to do this for the rest of my life. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to be in this state of whatever your goals are for the rest of my life. And stop focusing so much on the fucking outcome. This is the problem with our society. It's so instant gratification, bro. It's so instant gratification. Like just any of us who have grown up, all the access to everything that we have, playing video games all the time, having food at any point you want, having all this junk food everywhere, porn, all of this shit is instant gratification, and it wires your brain in such a way that you don't have the patience or the discipline to be able to achieve real shit in real life. This is why I'm so passionate about what I do. This is why I am always talking about this, because this is the problem. Our society is wired for instant gratification. And the problem with that is you have to put in work, bro. Like, hello, I know it's crazy, right? You have to actually put in some fucking work to get results. You have to change the man who you are right now in order to get results. It's not just some fucking walk in the park where you don't have to do any work and magically you're going to wake up one day and the universe has given you a six-pack. The universe has made you ripped. The universe has made you, a millionaire. It doesn't work that way, bro. Obviously. So change your mindset. Get out of the instant gratification. Focus on the work being the reward. The work every single day that you do is that reward. You get the reward from working out in the gym and lifting. You don't even give a shit about the end result. You know it's going to come. You already know it's going to come because those daily habits are going to lead you there. So what the fuck are you worrying about? Why are you so freaked out? Why are you so impatient? You already know if you do those daily habits, you're going to get to where you want to go. You have to stop the fear. It's up here. It's just a mindset. You have to end the fear. You have to end the self-doubt and the negative self-talk. And instead, you need to replace it with self-confidence, self-love. And you do that through stacking your daily wins and keeping your word to yourself and avoiding all the shit that they put out here to keep us down at a lower level. They don't want you to be ascending, bro. I'm telling you right now. The only people who are actually going to ascend are the people who are willing to make the sacrifices, the people who are willing to step out and away from cultural norms and from the 99% of people out here who are sheep. Those are the only people that are going to ascend. And the sad part is the majority of people just aren't going to do it. So if you're lacking motivation right now, you're not seeing results. You're putting in the work, but you are not seeing results yet. Understand that your mindset needs to change, and you need to get the reward. You need to get the sense of fulfillment, that happiness, if you want to call it that, the sense of fulfillment, that comes from the work itself. It doesn't come from the result. When you get the result, you will understand, oh, actually, really, I really just feel great about the fact that I became a new person with new habits and I'm able to stay consistent. And the result is just a cherry on top. It's just a byproduct. Because what are you going to do? Are you going to get the end result and then just stop your daily process? So, okay, you're going to get ripped. You're going to get the abs you want. Then are you just going to stop the daily habits that you're doing? No, of course not. Because if you do, you'll revert back to your old state. It all comes down to your daily habits. So this is the problem. When you get the result, if you're so focused on the result, you're just going to be focused on the result and you're going to be like, oh, okay, what do I do now? You just keep going, bro. You're just supposed to keep going. You're just supposed to keep doing the same daily habits that got you there. You cannot, once you get the result, you cannot just give up on the things that brought you there. And this is the problem, is a lot of people, they'll hit success very quickly, but then because they're so result-oriented and not process-oriented, they'll just lose it all because they give up the daily habits that actually brought them there. So it's tough talk, bro, but it's the truth. This is what I've experienced in life, and this is exactly what has brought me to where I am right now, and I continue on the process. When I had abs before, I'm bulking right now, so they're kind of getting a little hidden. But when I had abs and I actually cut down to that point where I was like actually shredded, I could have stopped right there. I could have just stopped right there because that was the result. But see, I knew that I had to keep going. Because that result, first of all, it wasn't even that big of a deal. When I achieved it, I was like, oh, cool, yeah, cool. But I knew I would achieve it because of those daily habits, you know what I mean? And so when I achieved it, it was like, oh, okay, this is great, nice. But I got still more sense of fulfillment from just continuing on the daily process. So for me, it's just a lifetime endeavor. The results are just byproducts along the journey. And my main focus is every single day to be the best version of myself I can be for myself and for those around me. And once you do that, bro, that's where you get that inner peace and that fulfillment where you don't even give a shit about the results. All the external world out here doesn't fucking matter because you're putting in the work every day and you are becoming that man that you can actually respect and other people can look up to you and admire you. So that's it, bro. That's what you need to do. That's the mindset shift you need to have. Switch from result focused to process focused, and the result will just come as a byproduct of that.